Hey TPT sellers, ready to see growth in your business? You're in the right place. Welcome to the Savvy Teacher Seller. I'm Kristen Doyle, and I'm here to give you no fluff tools and strategies that will really make an impact on your sales. Let's get started, y'all. Hey y'all, welcome to this episode of the Savvy Teacher Seller. I'm your host, Kristen Doyle. Today, we are diving into a topic that can make a huge difference in your online sales, and that is writing better product descriptions. Whether you're a TPT seller or any digital product creator, nailing the product description is key to attracting and then converting the right customers. So today I'm sharing 6 easy ways to improve your product descriptions wherever you're selling your products, whether that is your own website, TPT, Etsy, or somewhere else. There's one question that I want you to keep in mind throughout this episode and the whole time that you're writing your product descriptions. And that question is, why should they care? Because often we are so far in the weeds of our own products that we forget that buyers may not know why our product is perfect for them or why you included certain things. And if you can get people to care about what you're offering, you'll see a big boost in sales. All right, let's dive into the 6 tips I have for you today. First up, let's talk about language. It is so tempting to use fancy words or professional language, but trust me when I tell you, clear and simple language works best. Your goal is to make sure anyone reading your description understands exactly what you're offering without any confusion at all. Now, this does not mean that you need to dumb it down or not sound like the expert that you are. You want to present yourself as that expert, but there are some simple ways you can keep your language clear and easy to read without sacrificing your professionalism. Use shorter, less complex sentences. Choose simple words over flowery ones. Keep your paragraphs no longer than 3 or 4 lines of text at a time. And highlight important information with bold or italics or underlines so that you can draw the reader's attention to those most important things. Just be careful not to overdo that, because if everything is bolded, then nothing gets the attention anymore. The goal here is to make it easy for customers to read, because studies have shown that even though your audience might be well-educated adults, you should probably write at around a 7th grade level. See, just because we can read difficult text doesn't mean that we want to. So if you want people to read your description, make it easy for them. Next up, make sure that you are highlighting the key features of your product. Bullet points are your friend here because those make your descriptions easy to scan. And that's important because most people will skim first to decide if they even want to read the description in depth. List out those main features in a concise way that's easy for people to see what your product offers at a glance. Then talk about benefits. This is where you can really answer that question of why should they care. It's not just about listing out what your product does, it's about explaining how it helps your customers. See, features tell customers what they get in your product. Benefits tell them how those features are going to help solve their problem. Does it save them time, make their life easier, make their classroom activities more engaging or more successful? Highlight those benefits so that you can show off the real value of the product that you're selling. My favorite way to highlight benefits and tie them right into the features is to use 2 simple words, and they are so that. So you can list out a feature of what's included in your product and then say, so that you can save time on this thing that you don't have to do anymore, or so that your students will enjoy this activity and learn more from it, so that you don't have to start from scratch on this project. In addition to those main features, make sure that you are including specific details too. Those details really matter. Think about yourself as a buyer and what you would need to know about a physical product that you might purchase, and include that kind of details about your digital products as well. Here's a great example. Before I buy a variety pack of chips for my kids' lunches, and if you're a mom, you can probably relate, I need to know how many bags are in the box? What flavors are in there? Because we all know our kids have those flavors they love and those ones that are going to sit in the back of the pantry until I throw them away because they won't eat them. What flavors are in there? How many of each flavor is in there? Because I have 2 kids, and if there are 3 of the honey barbecue Fritos, somebody's going to be mad on the second day when they can't have one. So be specific about the types of activities that you're including, how many of things are included, and any other relevant information that will help the buyer to know exactly what they are getting. And with those specific details, make sure that you're remembering to include search-friendly keywords naturally within your description. This will help your product show up in search results, and that makes it easier for those right customers to find you. Next up, think about the potential questions that customers might have about your product and answer those in your description. If your product's already published and you're getting certain questions on a regular basis, add those to the description in an FAQ section. When you can be proactive about answering their Q&As, that can really reduce hesitation to purchase and make your customers feel more confident about buying your product. And added bonus, this is also going to help cut down on the number of questions you're getting, whether that's in your inbox or on your storefront that you then have to come back and answer. If they can find their answer right on the product listing, that really helps. And last but definitely not least, write your descriptions like you're talking directly to your customer. Instead of writing your description like it's a research article, use a more personal tone to make it friendly and relatable to your buyers. Use the word you liberally in your description so that people feel like you are talking right to them. Think about how you might explain your product to a friend as opposed to how you would write a grant application for it. Always keep those customers' needs and desires top of mind while you're writing so that you can address their needs and desires and they will feel seen and understood. All right, let's quickly recap those tips for writing better product descriptions. Make your description easy to read with simple language and good formatting. Highlighting key features and their benefits, including specific details and keywords. Answer their frequently asked questions and use a more personal tone that speaks right to your customer. All of these tips really come back to answering that central question of why should they care about your product? For today's action step, I want you to pick one of your product descriptions and review it with a fresh perspective. Ask yourself, does this clearly explain why my customer should care? And if not, then take one of the tips that we discussed today and make some tweaks to your description. Maybe you need to simplify your language a little bit or add some more specific details. Or maybe you've listed all of the features, but you need to go back and emphasize the benefits of your product. Small changes can make a really big difference. So give it a try and see how it impacts your sales and your conversion rates. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you found today's tips helpful, share them with a friend and don't forget to follow the show for more episodes like this. I'll talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please share it with another teacher seller who would also find it helpful. For more resources on growing your TPT business, head to kristendoyle.co/TPT. Talk to you soon.